So today we're in Michael's backyard and we are examining the painting Air, the Visitation from the Element series that he did. And this painting, to see it in person is amazing. The creatures, the beings just floating in air. Tell us a little bit about what your inspiration was.
Well, this was in a series of the Element series, earth, air, fire, whatever. And so this painting was inspired in that sense. So when I did these, like the fire painting as an example, it has a backdrop of a forest fire in Madagascar or someplace where they're burning. And on the back of that, it has butterflies, which are being burnt as well. And then everything sort of has a Da Vinci kind of feel to it because it's a pyramid form. Mm-hmm. And so in this painting in particular, I photographed two of my best friends at that time, Harry and my friend Clay. And I had draped them in muslin and put jewelry on them so they looked like angels. And so, of course, I love things floating in air. And since air is appropriate, these two figures are floating in the air on the two sides.
What does the moose head in the middle represent?
I love different kinds of things that represent nature. And so I've used masks a lot. And in this case, I found this beautiful moose skull in the National Geographic. And so it really represents nature and how, and many of my paintings are ecological in nature. And so that the moose head represents that element of nature. And if you notice in the painting also, there is lightning coming out of the clouds and stuff, mm-hmm. which also represents air and the nature of air. And then in the painting as well, what you have on one side is, I think, it's not an ibis, it's something else. It's some kind of amazing, beautiful bird, tropical bird that I saw a picture of that I love. And then on the other side is a mineral deposit I saw when I was researching, and it appeared to be like a skull, or a head, which I think is very apropos for this painting. So it's sort of, there's some things that ground it to the earth, because the air is part of the earth in a sense. So you have that beautiful exotic bird and this mineral head. Mm-hmm. Then in the center is the former Empress of Japan. And I've been fascinated with Japanese royalty anywhere in the world, actually. And so I just thought her kimono, it was absolutely beautiful. And so basically, the predominant element here is light and air, and what happens in air with religious overtones, which I grew up with. And so I love the idea of floating angels, or in this case, they almost look like they're Tibetan or Hindu, is what they remind me of. So basically, that's what this painting, it's in a series of 4, and each painting reflects exactly how I feel about that element.